the way I hear some women speak to our black men. But I think it's a deeper problem than that. I think it started when they were little boys and their moms were talking to them a certain kind of way, or talking to their dads a certain kind of way. So I think as little girls and little boys, we grow up to learn how to be talked to and how to talk to others. Those are things that is a nurture thing. So it's like if you grow up watching mom and dad fight domestic violence situations, even though a lot of people don't want to call it that, anytime you are hitting or verbally abusive or emotionally abusive to someone, that's domestic violence. Period, point blank.
And it does carry on generational.
And it's a generational thing. And your children are watching how to treat others based off of what they're seeing inside the home. I'm speaking from experience. I mean, I thought it was okay to call, your dude a punk ass motherfucker, you sorry ass piece of shit. Like,
bitch!
I thought it was okay to be called a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was okay to be called a bitch.
And it was
because my dad called my mom a bitch. And it was okay. Or if my dad's friend referred to yo bitch, when he was speaking of his wife, not his girlfriend, but his wife, I'm thinking, oh, that's the way we talk.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But it's not the way we talk, right?
No.
And it's not until you get around other people.
I ain't even got half from one of them. I don't even got the patience.
Right.
I know that's right.
It's not until you see it being done. And I thank God for my aunties. I thank God for your mom for showing me my queen status and how to be spoken to and how to speak to kings. But what I also have to realize is not everybody had that experience.
Right.
So when I hear someone degrading their man, and I'm like, yo, why you speak to him like that? But then I'm like, if somebody was to speak to you nicely, would you even know how to respond to?
No.
Yeah.
Because
ooh, she's fancy.
Yeah.
and the reason why I say that is because I've had a lot of failed relationships, y'all. And I've been a good woman. When I say I've been emotionally supportive, financially supportive, I'm just gonna put all my junk out there. To get nothing back because they don't know how to receive it. They don't know how to reciprocate. Because they don't know what that looks like. Only thing they know how to give back is good sex and sometimes that's me. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real,
But do it, hold you over. So
Don't let it be good and it be out of pocket everywhere.
Right. That's just a down.
Something that should have been
devil
6
did.
months straight out of 2 years.
Alright,
now I'm tired. Now I'm
It
completely over it.
is.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Seasons.
So, it opens up that conversation. Like, okay, just because you're ready to elevate to the next level on how you treat your spouse or your significant one or your partner, that doesn't mean that person is there to receive it like that. So, what can we start doing as a collective to promote with our younger girls that's coming up, our younger generations? How to speak to their men.
New dope chicks.
We start by treating our partners a certain way in front of them. We start by, hey sis, your crown crooked. Let me fix it for you. Instead of being like, bitch, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, even with treating our men, it's not just our significant other men.
Yeah.
It's all the men.
Our fathers, our
it's not
brothers,
just
our friends.
because there is a difference between, and I think that's where a lot of confusion happens, because it is levels. You know what I mean? You don't treat your father how you treat some person you just met. You don't treat your spouse how you treat just some dude you meet at the bar, right? Because that's a problem, right? I'm sure any spouse is gonna have issue with that.
Right.
But as a whole, there is a way that you respect not only another human being, but how you respect a woman, how you respect a man. This is how we treat people. You know what I'm saying? Not just like, okay, everything has to be combative, everything is a competition. Even if you are competitive in nature, how do you treat another human being? How do you be decent? At a bare minimum, just be a decent human being. You know?
Do you know? Then it comes back to, do you know the power that's in your words? Do you know yourself, and do you know the power that's in your words? Because you don't have to speak to affect someone's life. You don't have to be spoken to be affected by somebody during the day, like at any point in your life. So remember what it was as a child. Remember how you felt when you encountered cool people. Remember how you felt when you witnessed someone you love be hurt. Like you have to, who are you to the core? That's what we find out when we hear how you speak to people, regardless if it's a perfect stranger at the grocery store or your spouse. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
and that's what I tell my kids. Like, my youngest daughter, she has this thing where, like, when her sister is mad at her, she's like, oh, she just wants to be mad at me. I don't know why. And I'll be like, hey, that's her problem.
Ain't got nothing to do with you.
It has nothing to do with you.
That
Now,
part.
you made your mistake. You've apologized, and you obviously feel bad for it. Move on.
Right.
If she wants to wallow in being angry and wants to be an angry person, that is her problem to resolve. So of course then I go to the other one like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? Why is this, what is this, let's not carry this negativity and this madness. Let's come on now, and don't treat your sister that way. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you realize that the way that people treat you is a reflection of what they feel about themselves, you can start to let that go real quick.
Real quick.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, even when you go, it helps you get perspective. And don't get me wrong, I have days where I have to look at somebody like, what are you thinking at this moment? You know what I mean? But if I go to a place and I get rude customer service or, you know, or if something happens a certain way, depending on the day, because I'm still human, but that part, but, you know, I'm still able to take a step back and evaluate. You know, there have been times where somebody treated me horribly but ended up giving me a hug because I received them differently than what they gave me. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's like, if you understand where you are and who you are, and you stay, you know, as to what you're trying to be, you know what I mean? Which is, if that's
Within
positive,
alignment.
exactly, alignment. Thank you, beautiful word. If you're staying in alignment, when you go and encounter other people, you still bring that alignment. They might not hit you with what you put out, but if you realize that that's them, they're putting that out because they got something. You're gonna help them get over that something, but at least you're not gonna carry that something back with you.
And exuding that energy, that will then dictate how they could even return it to you. 'Cause
Exactly.
if it's strong enough, you can turn that whole situation around and make somebody, instead of like, they could have been having a bad day and been ready to clip you while you walked past.
Right, exactly.
Because you came back and you spoke, and you came back and you came towards them and you had an energy, an aura about you that was of love.
Right.
Not anger.
Right.
Release it. Let it go.
Right.
Fix that.
That's
Fix
so
that
You
more.
get to
Cleanse that
decide
before
who
you
you
walk
wanna
out the
be.
door.
Exactly. You get to decide that. If you want to be happy, then be happy. You know what I'm saying? You don't let other people dictate what you want to be in your own world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's too much
Speaking of
control.
control,
too much.
Too much control.
speaking
Right.
of control,
Right.
that's the thing that keeps me in alignment with myself. Is when I feel myself about to go ape shit,
No.
postal, whatever we want to call it today.
I see black specks right before I go. I
Yeah,
really do.
yeah,
It's crazy.
I black out. So before I get to that point, I have to have a talk with self. Are you gonna allow this person to have this much control over your emotions and your feelings? And if not, check yourself and keep it moving. And so that's the thing that we have to learn though. We have to learn when, one, we're in that red zone. Because I think we all know when we're in it. Just acknowledging you're in that red zone. Well, maybe yellow zone, you know. There's
My friend
zones.
calls it a Cancun.
You know,
I was gonna say, I call it orange because it's like that yellow to the red, like that right when it met.
Oh, see,
it's
mine's
like
go from
orange.
red to black real quick. So I have to check myself probably in the yellow zone, damn the orange zone, because it's probably just about to go bad real
Straight up
quick.
war zone. Here we go.
But when you said something earlier about like speaking, yeah, you can choose not to speak. But when you do choose to speak life. There was something that I was, I guess got it away from saying. We used to be like, we love you to death.
Yeah.
I stopped saying that. I love you to life.
Mm-hmm.
And something just that easy is changing that word. Changes
The
that
power in
energy
your
of that
words.
so much. You know what I mean? And so my thing is if I can't speak life into the situation, I'd rather not speak at all. Because it's easy, and that's another thing with the gossip. Okay? Like we was kind of talking about that earlier. And we checked ourselves we weren't gossiping. We were talking about a situation, but it felt like it could get a little
it's not
gossipy.
finity. We're not gonna
Right,
do
we're
this.
not gonna do
It's
that.
a
We made a
shutdown.
choice.
And that's a beautiful thing.
We made a choice not to make it a gossip thing. Because my thing is okay, if someone, like say, TNT going through some shit, right? And she calls me up and she asks me for help. If the conversation that I have with the next person isn't about having help being given her way, that's gossip.
Right.
So I'm gonna speak life even, I'm gonna be like, look, TNT having an issue,
Right.
this is the issue, what can we do?
to help?
I'm not, oh girl, let me tell you, TNT
Right.
fucked up right now.
You ain't talking about the
She got a whole lot of that home. She calling me talking about she had dealing with
My
XYZ.
ears over here itching. I'm like, you talking about
If you're not there to help, you're there to hurt.
Right.
You know, and that's it. You know, that's just my mentality on it. If I can't help you, I need to shut the hell up. Cause it's gonna hurt you if I don't. You know, either I'm helping or I'm hurting. There is no gray. It's black or white with that. Period.
And that's that same perspective that y'all were talking about earlier. You can't be on a date and a person nice to you but rude to the waiter.
That's disgusting.
You gotta watch
That's
that.
disgusting.
Cause come on, why they nasty to the service person, but then nice with you, and then when a person walk away, you know they back in regular form. But then when a person come back, then they back rude to them, and then they nice to you, and it's like, oh, you can turn that on and off like that.
That's a sign.
See,
Oh,
I addressed everybody king, queen, love, and I got checked for it. Because someone was like, well, you know,
What if somebody ain't acting like that?
everybody ain't a king or a queen. And I'm like, that's very true. But I'm speaking it into you. I'm speaking it into your life. I'm at least speaking it into your energy while you dealing with one. Like let's at least do that. Like if not, you gonna wear the badge while we interact because I'm gonna keep calling you. But that's speaking that life because you never know. Somebody might not ever be spoken to with any type of love or affection. Somebody might not even know what that look or smell like or feel like. That might be something they see on TV.
And you know what? I'm noticing as I am elevating to my next levels, I can't be so judgmental because somebody didn't take something or speak to something the way that I would. That's another thing.
Exactly.
I said I gotta stop expecting me out of people
Exactly.
because person might watch this podcast, you know who you are. So this person had some car issues. I said, I'll be out of town for 2 weeks. Here's my keys. I didn't ask this person for anything other than to return my car with the same tap of gas that I gave it to you. The conversation became, are you sure you want to let me use your car? You're not going to be mad at me? Now I got to rethink my whole...
Wait a minute.
So what are your plans to do with my vehicle, sir?
Are you trying
And
to
then
arrest her?
I'm like, I don't understand. So then I was like, what do you mean?
Not used
Just
to
let me use my
being
car.
around.
He was like, well, I just don't want you to expect that from me in return. I'm like, who are your friends?
Yeah.
And I sat there and I was just like discombobulated for real because all I was doing was trying to give you a fix to a problem.
And there are some genuine people out here in the world.
And there are some genuine people who just simply do stuff to do it.
But you know what? I had to come to the realization that people, they only can understand as far as their own experiences will allow them to.
Exactly.
So you are like,
That.
where are you coming from? But he's like, you don't understand. I've dealt with shitty people all my life. Yeah, so.
But yeah, I couldn't be mad at him. I was just like, who are your friends? You know, that was what my question was. I couldn't. It wasn't even a him issue at that point. Who has hurt you that badly?
Yeah.
To the point where you can't even accept the fact that my car is going to be sitting for 2 weeks. Either you can use it to get back and forth to work, or it's just going to sit there. That was it for me. Just make sure you don't tear my car up, and it's got gas in it. I don't care.
You said when you expect people to be you. You know what I mean? Like that.
Stop expecting yourself
From other people. Like that was one I really had to learn how to grasp, because it's like, if I'm thinking, I respect love languages as well. So it's like, you know, if I think a person should have acted this way, you know, they should have went with A, but they went with B.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe, all right, you try to see it from way, but the other side of that is not only not expecting myself from others, but also knowing who I'm dealing with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's this African proverb, and I share it with people all the time, and I love it because it's like, it's for real. It's like this frog and this scorpion, right?
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, right. So, okay, so you got this scorpion and this frog, right? The scorpion is trying to get across a little riverbank, and the scorpion is like, hey, frog, can you take me across, right? Frog is like, nah, because you're a scorpion, you're gonna sting me. He's like, no, man, I'm for real. I really just want to get across. I'm not gonna sting you. He's like, nah, that's what your cousin said last time, and my uncle got stung. You know, I'm gonna go, you're gonna sting me. He was like, no, I really just want to go. I really just want to get across the river. Can you please just help me? Take me across the river. Frog finally be like, all right, dude, I'll take you across the river. So they take him across the river, right? They get across the river. He's like, thank you for the ride, and he's stinking. And the frog, right? So the frog is like, damn, I thought you said you wasn't gonna sting me. And the scorpion, why you sting me? The scorpion is like, I'm sorry, it's in my nature. I didn't want to, but I just couldn't help myself because I'm a scorpion, and that's what I do.
And you forgot that.
And you
for
forgot
just
that.
One moment,
You know what I'm
what
saying?
you was dealing with.
So yeah, so
Don't-
exactly. So even still, you could be nice. You could do, you know, you could do what you need for people, but what you cannot do is expect somebody to be something that they're not. You know what I'm saying? If you
Say
know
it
you're gonna
again.
get stung,
Say it.
do it a different way.
You can't expect
You
people
cannot
to be
expect to be
something
something
that
that
they're
they're
not.
not. Now they can change their ways and learn to do things differently, but if you know that you're dealing with a thief, you can love that thief, just don't leave nothing near them.
Don't leave nothing
You know
back
what
around
I'm
that
saying? You
thief.
can love a liar, but know they're a liar. Okay, I can't believe nothing that come out their mouth, but they dope as hell. I love them, and this just what it is. I'm dealing with a liar. You could deal with somebody who, you know, does a million different horrible things.
And that changes the perspective once you start to look at it like
Yeah.
that. Because
You can handle
now
it.
Absolutely.
you can't see yourself no more.
And
It's
you
like,
don't
that
get
ain't me.
mad when they do the dumb
That
shit.
ain't
But
me.
You
know
quit
what?
being
Hold
a
on, wait,
victim.
wait, and we gonna-
You quit being a victim.
Exactly.
You know what
Bottom
you're dealing
line.
with.
We'll address that too, because
Yeah.
how can you be mad at somebody who has shown you who they are? Maya Angelou had, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Straight up.
Like,
That is the motherhood of everything.
I'm just saying, like, if somebody tell you or has shown you who they are, believe them, sweetie. It's not, I mean, and it don't mean that you can't interact with them at all. It's just, you got to tailor, you know, how you do things with that particular person. Me, I love you until you hurt me. And I'm learning how to get through that. But I got a big heart. So I try to, you know, give you a clean slate. You know how at the beginning of the school year, you start out with an A, right? And then if you don't turn in your homework, you don't do well on your test or whatever, and eventually you end up with an F. With me, you start out with an A.
Right.
You determine if you keep your A or you get an F. You know, because my thing is I don't want to judge you off of nobody else's experience. I don't want to judge you off my past experiences.
Yeah.
And that's hard for
We
me
need to do a podcast on that
because I
one.
have
Yeah.
PTSD.
Real.
I mean,
We'll be back.
We gotta talk about, we gotta talk about
Past experiences that you bring into the new. We need
Right.
to talk about that later.
Yeah, I would say that the only place that I have found control to exist is within yourself. I don't think control as far as anything else in the world really exists. I feel like, you know, you can have a particular sway on certain things, but at the end of the day, you know, it's pretty much out of your hands. So you just gotta control yourself and control your thinking, control your intentions and stuff like that. So.
I would say the most important thing about control is controlling how you respond to things. Because anything can happen, and then sometimes we go off the deep instead of like bringing it in. Like, okay, I don't have to go there all the time about everything. Because I'm one of those people who were hot-headed and went off the deep about everything. And so now it's like, okay, Remedy, it's okay. It's okay. Come back. Do not react that way. And now that happened, going forward, you don't even want them to know that that's you. And so that's something a part of what we were talking about earlier about checking yourself. Like, you have to be conscious enough that, okay, not today, not in this moment. You don't even get that energy out of me right now.
You don't deserve it.
I'm gonna just let that go.
What about the type of? No, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I want to hear from Queen V. She kind of quiet.
Yeah.
So with this topic, I'm quiet on this one because I am still obviously learning. Friday, I literally had to log off of Facebook because I'm like, if I don't get off Facebook, everybody's gonna know my goddamn business. I have to log out because I date an entertainer, right? He does spoken word, he acts, things of that nature. He sings. Acting though is something new. We haven't sat down and had the discussion, what scenes will you accept, what scenes will you not accept? He recently had a love scene. I was not comfortable with that. And he told me the truth. He's like, babe, you're not gonna like it. I didn't read through the whole script, but apparently there is gonna be a kissing scene. I'm like, oh, well, what are you gonna do about it? Is there any way that you can negotiate not doing that scene? You know, like he's like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. I need it to be one and done because I'm not okay with this. But I know you already signed whatever, you can't get out of it. One and done, that's it. So
we're not gonna do 10 takes of the kiss.
Right, no. Like, no cut, one and done.
Kiss when you get it done.
Right. Make
You
sure
the manager?
She
is
tonight.
That sounds right.
The contracts.
The next morning he came home and I was like, okay. He's like, we got the scene over with. You know, I was like, was it one and done? He was like, we had to do it multiple times because they had to get it at different angles. I'm like, okay.
Like, how do I feel about this?
I'm like, all right, I'm glad you got it over with. He was like, next time I'll make sure I read through this, that, and the other, and we'll have the discussion, this, that. I was like, okay. So everything's going good, everything's fine. The director, I was friends with him on Facebook. He's putting up behind the scenes pictures. So I've never seen this before in my life, and I almost flipped my shit. This woman is on my man. Like, they're on the floor, on the scene, whatever, playing Uno or something, and she has a short dress on and her legs are draped over him, and I've never seen this. This is foreign to me. Yeah. So I'm at work about to go the fuck off. I show my phone. Excuse me. So, I'm showing her my picture. I'm like, I'm going the fuck off. I'm texting him, babe, look at this shit. Like, I'm sending him the picture, like, babe, look at this. I'm not coming home tonight. I'm about to go turn over with my friends. We're about to go get drunk. He's like, babe, over this? Like, he was like, it's work, it's work, it's this. I'm like, well, I'm not used to this and I'm not comfortable with this. Right. And I'm just upset and I'm on Facebook like, oh, the number one rule while dating an entertainer, don't. You know, I was just making, posts. And I'm like, I need a love circle. My spirit is in the trash because I felt
in a space like that.
I felt so low because seeing him, even though I know it's work, they're just acting and stuff. I don't want to see that. Seeing him with another woman put me in the space of who I was with before him, being hurt and cheated on and stuff. And I know it has nothing to do with him.
Nothing.
I get it. But seeing that just had me. And Friday night I got drunk. I went with my bandmates and we got drunk and stuff. And he was still on set. And I'm on the phone drunk with him on set like, y'all got another kiss and sing. Just imagine. And I'm just ridiculous at this point. So I get home.
And you didn't check how you responded to that.
I didn't check it. So we had a conversation after the next day and I sobered up and stuff.
And he probably felt very bad.
And I was like, and we had a deep conversation. I'm like, babe, I'm so sorry. That was ridiculous. And he was like, I just need you to grow. And I was like, look, check this out. I understand. This was something, I guess you can call it immature because I've never experienced it before. So I didn't know how to respond. Yeah, and I was like, babe, just as long as you know. Yeah, I had to adjust. My crown was on the floor. It wasn't quick. I was like, can you get my crown from across the ground? Right.
Where is that? Where is it?
We had a conversation and we talked it out, and I'm like, babe, I just need you to forgive me because that was so petty of me. Like, baby, just forgive me. And I was like, I support you, I love you, And
I trust you.
I trust you. He was like, what, you don't trust me? He was like, I take this seriously. I take us seriously. He was like, art is my job, it's art, but I love you.
Period.
And I'm like, babe, I'm so sorry. And all I could do was say sorry. So when you guys talk about control, in that moment, I had none.
You also gotta give yourself permission to feel, because I mean, what woman wants to see her man in that type of position? That's
Right, and it was steamy,
It's
you
just
know?
all about
You know how you
gonna
is with
navigate
you,
that
so
next
that's
time.
hard.
But you self-correct her.
But you're an artist too,
Yeah.
so I mean, you
I'm sure my
understand
man either.
transitioning and that's totally different. I mean, that's art. It's a platform of art. I mean, if people, if a person can do it well, I mean, that can elevate y'all status. So I mean, that's a different time. I wouldn't be mad at all. I'd be like, hey,
But
but y'all need some pointers. You know how you do this to me? Do that.
right.
Make it look real.
It make it look real good.
Make it look real.
So, okay, I know this couple. They're probably one of my favorite couples next to me and her husband.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I love black love. I love love that has no color.
Boundary,
No
nothing.
boundaries. So I know he loves you. And the way he loves you
Girl.
is so beautiful to me. And I know he will never do anything to hurt you. But I can understand where you, in that moment, could have been. And like Taniqua said, allow yourself to have those feelings.
I turned red. I
It
said,
was
her legs were like, I'm like, oh, hell no. I have to clock out. I was like,
it's
I'm going
okay,
home.
because that makes you human. That goes
Very
back to
human.
the human element of it all. We are human at the end of the day.
Hey, come
When
on.
I
We
sit up
ain't
here and
dead.
say, hey, you know,
That's accurate.
check this about, I'm not telling you not to be human. I'm saying acknowledge your human qualities that could be damaging and correct, self-correct. If you're not able to self-correct, be around people, like you said, a love circle, that will help you self-correct. Because it's so easy. That could have went so different.
It could have.
It really could have been worse.
It could have went different. You could have, like, you know what, I'm about to go holler at old boy that I was peeping at me and said my booty was fat. Like, and you could have took it.
I mean, because
You get what
I'll
I'm saying?
show him some back.
Because I'm telling you.
Feeling that's what it was too.
Okay,
They
so
said
I'm
you
telling
in
you,
circle.
like,
I was
Danny
like,
and Crystal is two completely different people. Danny, that wasn't there. Crystal,
That's funny.
that chick,
That's what
I don't want no parts of her no more. The stories that I've heard, I don't remember, girl, were you?
Huh?
Ouch.
Like, she said the story she heard. Like, she
No,
was there.
no,
She wasn't there. No.
People remind you of things like, girl, you don't remember. I'm like,
it wasn't me. It
like,
wasn't me.
that wasn't me. That was like, oh,
It wasn't me.
you know, because they were talking about my Hughes days the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what, that person has died. So we're not going to talk about her no more.
But yeah, but I think that's an important part of self-care, just allowing yourself to feel and to be vulnerable and to be human. Because this kind of reminded me of like the Aisha Curry situation where she opened up at that table and everybody judged her. I'm just like, hold up. She knows her man loves her. She just, you know, she needs that moment. Give her that moment to be who, like how she feels and get that out.
I was there with her, but then I kind of wasn't too. Because I thought that she was a little over the top in her part of what she was trying to get across. Like, yes, you want to be seen and you want to be heard and you want to be beautiful to the world. But the only person you're supposed to really be beautiful to is your person that tell you that you're beautiful
I
every day.
disagree.
It don't matter about everybody on the outside. Well,
I mean,
because
look,
you know that you're
No,
as a woman
listening,
that
I've
you
been
are
listening.
beautiful.
discussion.
But I felt that she kind of
Table
was
to
like
turn red.
on the self, like more on the self tip than she was about she was selfish in what she was saying.
It's a
Like
selfish
it,
feeling. That's she wanted to
but she
be
took it
herself.
overboard.
Okay, so one, it's okay to be selfish. I'm learning that.
You can be selfish,
And
but she
part of
kind
the
of
reason why I'm probably not
the
married,
world should feel
Tisa,
about her.
part of the reason why I'm not married, and I'm just gonna speak on this right now,
Okay.
because my beauty ain't rooted in no man. My womanhood, who I am, what I do, ain't rooted in no
Come
man.
on, Dope Chycks Collective. What are you
Right.
talking about?
But no, what I'm saying is, okay, so the way I took what she said was, when it was very human. She just had 3 kids. Her body has changed.
Yeah.
She don't even keep up on herself the way she used to. You can tell there's some things in her mind that are changing about her self-image of herself. So she simply said, dudes don't check for me the way they used to check for me. And these women be throwing their draws at her husband at the game in her face. So it's like, okay, I know I'm his wife, I know he loves me, but I don't look the way I used to. I'm not skinny like I used to be, or I ain't as sexy. You know, you don't know what is going through her head.
And even when you notice that, you start taking care of that for yourself.
And then,
How hard is that though when you got
Kudos
kids?
for
I mean,
right, you got 3 kids. You trying to manage your household. You trying to manage your endeavors. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
called
And trying to be a
respect, though.
supportive wife.
She's a married woman, and people in that league, everybody know who she is. And men, for the most part, respectfully, is not saying anything to her, or they're treating her like a queen. And to be a queen and
that
be
was what I
married
was
and have a
saying.
lovely
That's the
family.
only part I got
And then she,
mad
from
about.
my,
The dude that was married to
from
Halle
my
Berry,
understanding, she's like the real conservative type. So,
somebody that look, yeah. He said the same thing pretty much that Alicia Curry said, and nobody went in on him.
So what he does,
He
she
felt
should've
vulnerable.
kept
He didn't
her
feel
mouth shut and
attractive.
turned
He
around.
was
No.
like,
Well,
No,
no,
that's
what
what
I
I
said,
said. And
but-
and that's the thing. So for me, I went back and looked at it because I was there for it. Like the comment itself, and I was like, how is that? You know, how is everybody jumping down her throat for being human? You know what I'm saying? That's a valid point. I don't feel like I'm, you know, how I was, and people were raised differently, right? So you got people who got pretty girl syndrome, and people who just
And I
got
think
smart
that's
girl
part of it.
syndrome.
And
You know
that
what
was
I'm
how I
saying?
took that.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so if she is a person who is used to being looked at a certain way, right? Yeah, she knows she got her husband, her family. The home thing is solid. You know what I'm saying? But for her to say, you know what, I'm not being checked for like I normally do. It's almost like when you get, okay, your kids. You can tell your kids they pretty. You can tell your spouse they pretty. You can tell your boyfriend they pretty or they're handsome or whatever. These things that you tell people who are close to you, it becomes monotonous because they feel like you're supposed to tell them those things. You know what I'm saying? Her husband's not gonna be like, babe, you kind of ugly today. No, because he sees her beauty in a different way. She wants her beauty. She wants
You know
her.
who you married to,
She
because
be
my
like,
partner,
look, go start over.
No.
Don't do that again.
No.
Run it back.
Right, but it's not conditional, right? He might say like, I don't know what you was thinking with that outfit, but he ain't gonna be like, you ugly, or he's not gonna not tell you that you're beautiful. Does he compliment you daily?
Oh, we compliment each other
Oh,
daily.
okay, right, but I'm
Yeah.
saying for you, but he compliments you daily, right?
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? So some husbands don't.
And you right.
You know what I'm
See?
saying? And even if he does,
It ain't always been like that, though.
Well,
Okay. Look, we been together 7, married 6.
Right.
I hear y'all. I do, and I feel y'all. And I've been there, okay? Namaste all day, but I didn't burn wardrobes, okay?
She telling you she went ahead and went to the deep
Right.
on the other side.
I've been on both sides of the spectrum is all I'm saying. So I fully
Exactly.
understand. Like I fully understand you can be pushed, and it comes from, anger and wounds that we have yet to heal from previous situations. Because sometimes, and my poor thing, somebody caught it this morning. I went back, I apologized immediately because I immediately caught it. But I'm like, okay, I'm not upset at you. I'm upset about this, and this, and this. And your timing was off, bro.
Right.
Like, it was off. So you caught all of that.
Caught it all.
And sometimes that's what happens when we argue with our spouses, when we get in situations. We see their face, we see our ex's face, we see our father's face, we see our uncle's face, we see, you know what I
All
mean?
the discipline.
And then all of a sudden, I'm not that person
Right.
that
hurt
took
you.
that. I'm not that person that went through this. That I'm not that person anymore. So if someone's trying to put me through some similar shit, you turn around and get defensive and be you taking earrings.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be that. It
Right.
doesn't have to be that because half the time that's not the energy they coming from anyway. Now if that is, that's a completely different situation and y'all gotta evaluate the situation, the circumstances. I've been controlling, you feel me, and I felt like it was management. I was like, look, I'm not controlling. I'm not controlling.
Run my life like a business.
Right, it's proper management. Like if the shoe fits, wary. I feel like I managed the relationship better, so I took over, and it was all wrong.
I did it too.
It was
It's
all
okay.
wrong, though.
Right.
But
It was
again,
all
you
wrong.
have to recognize when you do it.
Partnership.
Definitely, it's partnership. It's
Because a lot of people will go 20 years and be like, oh, I wasn't controlling. I don't know why he left me.
See, we're in such a beautiful place now, though. Like, it's truly a friendship. Like, now you go from, you know, wanting, this is what I want, this is what I expect, this is what I need, to what can we do together? What do we need collectively? What do you need individually? And when you are supplying that for yourself, you're doing that inner work for yourself, and then you come together, it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's
And that's the
beautiful.
other thing too, I think that we forget. They don't see each other every day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like he goes on the road
And
and
he
she
gone for
has
months.
things and he's gone for a while. So there's a huge gap in there. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, sometimes your spouse might need you and might need to actually touch you or feel you more so than just a FaceTime or a phone call. Now I will give you this.
Yes.
The way that she said it could have been done better.
Okay.
And I
maybe
think
that's
even-
what it was.
and
I'll give you that. The
And-
way she said it and how she said it, I think could have been done better.
Go ahead,
I have to beg to differ because from like my perspective is the fact that, you know, we're all on this journey and everybody's growing, and as long as she's being reactive to the constructive criticism that's being given to her, then I think she's straight. I don't think she said anything wrong. I think it came out the way it was supposed to came out, and I feel like she took in what was
Freedom of
given back to
speech.
her.
Can somebody refresh me as far as like what she said? I forgot.
Her exact words, I don't want to misquote her.
Just something along the lines that men don't check for her how they used to.
Yeah, and I think, you know, given that she's a married woman, it'd be different. She used that platform like,
And she was
I
single.
wish my husband, you know what I'm saying? Because then it just seemed like you're looking for this outside attention, and once you get it, I even know our producer here, Nathan Ivy, he felt so bad for her that he sent her in her DM like, you're a beautiful person, you know. But, I mean, but just to them, like everybody,
I love
that's the
our
type of
producer,
man
right?
he is. He's a married
He is
man
not the
himself.
only one, I promise.
But I'm pretty sure she got some stuff in her DM that wasn't
like, oh, he
appropriate.
ain't
But
telling
now,
people, let me
you put
share
that
it.
out there for the world to digest and come at you. Well, you looking for this? She could have probably got some dick pics or anything.
Right, right,
This
right.
is, but and that's, you know, that's my thing. When they open the Pandora's box, so really, you know, that seemed like something intimate for her and her husband.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, when it's social media, yeah, there's nothing wrong with how she said or what she said. At the end of the day, it's her life, it's her feelings, and it's all justified. But then also know what you say and you put out in the atmosphere is for everyone to consume and to react to, and there's nothing wrong with how everybody feel about it either, and she has to deal with that too. But we're gonna wrap it up. Ladies, this has been freaking awesome. And we're gonna do this again. You know what I mean? I hope you all enjoyed it.
I enjoyed every single last one of you guys.
I love you all.
Because we all dope.
And we all going back to my house for some
More mimosas.
Happy birthday.
Yay!
Happy
Yes,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have a
So,
party.
I still haven't found a stripper.
You want me to go get me?
Her husband fine too, girl.
Look, I got the oil, I spray it down. I be like, baby, do that one thing, you can do it.
All right, so we good to
Are we
go.
out?
Thank you for listening to Dope Chycks Collective, and we're out.